Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, from time to time you will hear that I will talk about current events, and I'm going to help you all put some pieces together. You see this story right here? Apparently, the TNN network is reporting that someone is getting ready to send the U.S. military, pay attention, to patrol the borders. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. They are saying through the TNN, the Trump News Network, you may have formerly known as Fox News Network, that the military is going to patrol the borders. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand something so that you don't miss a beat. First, the military, by law, must protect against foreign invasion. But it says invasion, so invasion has to be foreign. You cannot invade from within. It's impossible. You cannot invade from within. We've already done the video explaining to you the definition, the legal definition of the word invade. It means to come from without, not to come from within. I.e. invade, not with invade. That's okay. You can go do your research on the legal definition and understanding of that. At first, I thought it was, now pay attention, the U.S. military, until I typed in, because I just needed to see the U.S. military to patrol the borders. Okay? That was my news subject. Only to find out that they're talking about the National Guard. Now, you guys know that the National Guard is not considered the military. It's more so a militia than a military. National Guard is within the state, not within the military. That's why when there's public unrest, they don't call it a military, they call it the National Guard. Why do they do that? Because it's a technicality. Okay, now, hold on. Let me tell y'all what's going on because y'all don't see it. I see it because we told y'all this. Oh, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, not 14. 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. We just keep telling it to y'all. Y'all not paying attention? Now watch this. Watch this. We're just going to put a comma. MARTIALLAW. Let's just put that word in right there. Posse Comitatus Act. U.S. military on the border. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. This person wrote this article way back in 1878, excuse me. And then we done told y'all about the fact that they were getting ready to institute it. Martial law on the borders. Oh, look at that. Somebody got it. Somebody understood it. Hey, World Trade Financial Center. Yeah, World Trade Financial Center. They forgot the C. Okay. Look, military to protect an international border is not martial law. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a lie. See, here's the technicality. That's why he's putting them along the border. It's not to protect against invasion. You guys are listening to the wrong word. It is to keep people in, not to keep people out. Okay, people build walls to keep people in. Nations build walls to keep people in, not to keep people out. People thought that China, you guys heard of that big, huge China wall? That wasn't designed to keep other nations out. That was designed to keep their people in. That's why their people couldn't leave. But you guys, nobody pays attention to this. Okay? So he is pretending. Oh, you thought this was his idea? No, somebody placed into his ear, oh no, you can just use the military, and because it's the border, it's not really technically U.S. territory, and so it's, the border, so you're literally protecting against foreign invasion. You know, so yeah, you can go ahead and order the military. Oh, you guys are not paying attention. They gave the military $700 billion. Why do you think they gave the military? Because we want to make it the greatest military force in the world. Money doesn't do that. But we gave them $700 billion. For what? Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a lot of hours, a lot of overtime, and a lot of military patrolling the borders. But remember, we got all those wonderful, as a nation, troops that are out there in those wars. Imagine that. But the rule is they got to get you guys all up in arms talking about everything else, but very few people are going to talk about martial law. Okay? We already know that they've had foreign troops working with American so-called soldiers. Okay? U.S. military to patrol. I'm glad somebody got it. Look, to patrol us. That's what he should have said.
Major disaster, Mr. Chairman.
Ali!
In a plan developed by that same agency.
Oh, this was 2013, everyone.
And that's what we believe in the Christian faith. That's what's stated in the scripture.
And on May 9th, 2007,
tried to tell you guys, we've been telling you guys, and I say we, I'm not putting myself in all groups or anything like that. Okay? What I'm trying to get you guys to understand is this is all Agenda 21. You see this wall thing that they're building? That's not to keep anybody out. Ladies and gentlemen, there are not that many people coming across the American. Oh yeah, they say we got hundreds of billions of people coming across the border every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, if there were that many people coming in, you see, here's the problem. First, that many people coming in would end up being that many people homeless. They would stand out like sore thumbs. And in states like Arizona would end up filling their prisons because, see, the more people they put in jail, the more money they bring into the state. I know, people don't get that. They don't do the math. No, the wall, this is not designed to keep people out. It's designed to keep people in. But you all knew that they were getting ready to lock down the borders. And they're only talking about, pay attention, they're only talking about the southern border. They're not talking about the West Coast. They're just talking about the southern border. But eventually, they're going to talk about Canada. Just wait and see. And they're going to deploy the military along the Canadian border because, you know, they're going to have some terrorist issue and they want to keep the terrorists from getting in along the Canadian border. And so they're going to have more patrols there. Okay, then we're going to have sort of like almost a blockade. Military, well, we already have the military ships patrolling the West Coast and the East Coast. But you're going to see them even more in the Gulf. They're already there, but you're going to see them even more in the Gulf. Look, we all know that character that's sitting up there in that pale house, I mean the orange house, I apologize, I said pale. It used to be pale, okay, but now it's orange. We have that idiot sitting in the orange house, and you know, I just saw a YouTube video where they had that idiot on the Andy Griffith show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna put you guys on pause for a second because I wanna show you something about the Andy Griffith show, and then I have to get back to my work, okay? Because I can't just keep doing videos. Hold on. Now, I was going to turn some of y'all off with this right here. No black people on the Andy Griffith show. And I use that word only because. But please understand, in the entire 8-season run of the Andy Griffith show, there was only, one black character who ever had, look at that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is surprising to me because I never noticed any so-called black people on the Andy Griffith show. It says the first walking in the background and later as part of a crowd, which is amazing. Well, I was watching YouTube and it showed Donald Trump in an episode on the Andy Griffith Show. It's okay, just YouTube Donald Trump, Andy Griffith Show, and you will pull up the video. Watch. No, let's do. That's him right there. Donald Trump on the Andy Griffith Show. He played the bully.
Look who's here. Dopey Opie in person.
That's him.
Just step across this line.
But I want you all to pay attention. He ain't orange. And you know why? Because that was Technicolor.
Lucky for you, I got my good pants. We're going back to Foley's and get us some peaches. Right, guys?
Look at that. He couldn't even get nobody to follow him then. Okay. So there you go. Donald Trump as a child on the Andy Griffith Show, and you're going to see that's a YouTube video. Okay. So there you go. You have the idiot on, of all things. Look, ladies and gentlemen, that's what they keep doing. They keep grooming these idiots to be politicians, to be in these offices. This is all for show. And they are allowing him to have his little senility moments and to have his little cake and pie. Now, there's one other thing. Sorry, I don't have any respect for that man. I don't know him. I never met him. I don't listen to his tweets. I don't listen to what he talks about because he was an idiot from day one. Look, the man went bankrupt 3 times. Why would I want to be associated with him? Ladies and gentlemen, if you go bankrupt, this is not so much of you filing bankruptcy. I give him credit. He had some pretty good lawyers because all he was doing, he didn't go actually bankrupt. He filed bankruptcy to receive the protection of bankruptcy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what bankruptcy is. It's a protection. The United States being in bankruptcy protects them from their creditors. Okay, that's why we're spending $700 as a nation billion on the military. We know that the figure is a lot higher than that. Okay, we know that there's no accountability with the military and military spending. They're about to go buck wild. And I guarantee you're going to see a lot of that stupid high tech being rolled out in the military, and you're going to start hearing about their little high tech mechanisms. And when they talk about patrolling the border, they're going to talk about their high tech. Watch and see. They're going to talk about the new high tech, but it's not new. It's been there a whole long time. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something. I did a video yesterday and I talked about this young man. And this man is making a name for himself by himself, and he's not doing it on purpose. He's not trying to become famous. Okay? It's Devontae is Stephon Clark's brother. Now, people are saying Devontae is crazy. Devontae is not crazy. Okay? Devontae is saying, I'm not going to do the PC thing. I'm not going to do the politically correct thing. I'm not going to play that role. Enough, people. I'm not going to play that part. Devontae is saying, enough. Devontae is saying, it's about time that people paid attention. Now, hold on. I'm just saying that the media has to portray him as negative. Why? They have to portray him as crazy because they need to put a spin on things. See? Stephon Clark, Devontae has PTSD, needs help. Okay? Interesting, huh? And this is the Sacramento Brie. that did that. This is what they're going to do to that person because why? They want to say that his outburst, he had the crowd in one interview saying his brother's name out loud. He had the group that were there saying his brother's name, and they said that he was trying to get the crowd riled up. Interesting, ain't it? Because he's talking about the system, he's talking about the police department, they have to now talk about him. And that's a shame, ladies and gentlemen. Just like they did his brother. His brother doesn't have a gun, but the police kills his brother. And all of a sudden, now we need to pull up that his brother had some criminal history. What does that have to do with anything? Does anybody know? I don't. Apparently, oh, yes, they have to do that because the police, what they did was justified. Yeah, they surprised somebody in their backyard, started yelling at them out of the blue, and it turns out that Stefan was actually going back into the house. I just heard his grandmother, I listened to the part his grandmother saying that he was actually going back into the house. That's interesting. Well, I can see how the police could think. No, you can't see how the police could think. See, the police have training. The police have training. And like I say, people, you think the police are yelling. They're not yelling. It's called a commanding voice. They're not yelling. But other people don't perceive it as a commanding voice. So when the police barks an order, individuals are told they must comply. Ladies and gentlemen, and I hate saying this, but unless the order is after you are under arrest, you do not have to, by law, comply with an order from somebody just yelling at you or barking an order at you. The police have no authority unless they're there in an official capacity and they announce their presence. Their uniform is not enough to announce their presence. Why? Because people wear fake uniforms all the time. Fake badges all the time. You'll see the cases where an individual is impersonating an officer. You see I think he was 13, 14-year-old kid taking a police car, okay, and going on a high-speed chase with the police in a police car. A kid taking a police car. It happens all the time. You see it in movies all the time. They must announce their presence. That's why you are hearing, including with the young man, and I'm sorry to see that he died, in Brooklyn. You guys have heard about the young man that got killed yesterday. Today is the 5th of April. He was killed on the 4th of April. They said that he had a mental disorder, but that the police knew him. Well, if the police knew him, why did they kill him? They said that he was brandishing, pay attention to the word, brandishing a metal pipe with a brown or a black knob on the end. So, he's brandishing a metal pipe. He's not hurting anyone, but somebody reported him as having a gun. They actually got a 911 call, said that he had a gun. This is what the media does. They keep putting out these reports, got individuals paranoid, and now everybody's got a gun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if an individual has a gun, okay, fine. Does that give you the right to shoot him? Has he shot anybody? Has he made an attempt to shoot anybody? Well, he was pointing it at the... Ladies and gentlemen, you can point anything. You can point your finger. And guess what? We're told that he made a gesture. I was looking at some other situations, and we have an individual pointing their fingers as if they have a gun. Children are taught to do that with people all the time. Bang, bang, cops and robbers. Sorry, no justification. These idiots go through training. Yeah, the idiots who don't appreciate their training. These idiots go through training. They should know better. They're supposed to know better. Now, mind you, I've been in situations where officers have pulled guns out on me. And the first thing excuse me, you pull your gun out on me is my response. Put your hands up. No, you need to tell me why you're here. It's different with me because we have a conversation. I'm not yelling at them, and I'm not going to let them yell at me. And I let them, you need to lower your voice when talking to me. I'm sorry, you're talking too loud. I can't hear you because of the distortion. Could you please lower your voice so that I'm able to hear you? What? I'm not joking. I'm letting you guys know exactly how I have conversations with them. And that's been since I was a youngster. Why? Because my mama and daddy ain't never taught me how to deal with the police, which is a lie. My mother and father did tell us how to deal with the police. Okay? I'm told to abide by Caesar's law. That's my job. My God requires that I do that. I have no problem abiding by Caesar's law. I have no problem sitting up here not insisting on my right because I don't have to be right, although I am all the time. I don't have to be right. I have no problem being the second guy in line. But what you guys don't know, and let me make sure you understand, throughout my life, if there is a line to receive something, whether it is to receive a benefit or government cheese, I'm always at the end of the line. Literally. I literally go to the end of the line. When I was on vacation, when they would have a line, I would go to the end. Why do I go to the end of the line? Because I need everybody and their grandmama to know, wasn't trying to close that. Is that you, Luther? I need everybody and their grandmama to know that I ain't gotta be number one, although I am. But I ain't gotta be. I ain't gotta be first, although I'm always am. I don't have to be. Everybody else is superior to me. I don't mind that. I don't mind having that attitude. All right. So that you guys know, we keep telling you what they're getting ready to do. And they're doing it right in front of you. The news is making it, the media is making it, the politicians are making it look like they're doing it for other reasons. Look behind those reasons. No other president has thought it necessary, except for Mr. Bush, to put the military on the border. But they had to wait till the season was right. What season are you talking about? The season for when they made it so much of an issue. Terrorism. Now remember, terrorism has been around for a long time. But in 2001, after they had balanced the budget, they had to create an enemy. So they made terrorism. Now, I've already did the video showing y'all anytime you add the word ism to a word, basically what you're doing is you're bringing in religion, you're bringing in belief. Catholicism, Buddhism, baptism, it's all isms. Isms reflect belief. So let's do that. Come on now, Sacramento, get out of here. DEFINIT. I messed up. I just put definition. Okay? I forgot to put ism. Of all the isms, fascism, okay, philosophy, typically political ideology. Okay? Fascism, Baptism, Buddhism, Catholicism, all reflecting belief, manner of action or behavior, characteristics of a specified person and their animalistic prejudice or discrimination for the basis of a specified attributed to racism and sexism. Ism just denotes belief. It's not an act. Okay? Buddhism is not an act. It's a belief. The word ism always denotes a belief. That's why you see it attribute to such words, such as racism, a belief, sexism, a belief, criticism, belief. Can't make this up, people. Sorry, you're going to have the disparaging other definitions brought in because people need to add their take. Okay, pay attention. There is no ism in medical, but they associate the meaning of ism, medical term. Ism is not a medical term. See, a distinctive doctrine. I didn't bring it up. There, look, English dictionary of ism, a noun, informal, a distinctive doctrine, belief, system or theory, formalism. So they called it terrorism for a reason. They didn't say terrorists. They said they were going after Islamic extremists, and then they said the word terrorism. They let you know that they were going after religion. They were going after people's belief. What did they call it? Ideology? They said they were going after ideology, belief. Okay, so they were attacking religion. And haven't you seen all the videos about how they're attacking religion? Did you not see how they went after the Catholics? But they had reasons for going after them. I mean, they were doing some interesting stuff. And we're not talking about the Crusades either. Well, it was a crusade, but not that type of crusade. Okay? And now, what are they doing? They are sitting up here building a wall to stop you guys from crossing a border. Why? Because when they put the clamps down, and they're getting ready to put the clamps down, people, they are getting ready to put the clamps down. When they put the clamps down, your movement will be restricted greatly. There'll be checkpoints. There'll be, oh no, you're not allowed to go here, you're not allowed to go there. And then we get to talk about this all over again. Let's see if anybody else can let's see if anybody can remember the FEMA camp conversation. Haven't talked about it in a while, because that's where we're going. See, look, FEMA camps, conspiracy theory. Yeah, it's got to be a conspiracy theory, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Federal Emergency Management Organization or agency, and they're planning to imprison U.S. citizens in concentration camps. This is typically described as following the imposition of martial law in the United States after a major disaster or crisis. Amazing, ain't it, that they call it a conspiracy theory when they have been showing us the camps, when they've been showing us the design. Look, Donald Trump and the FEMA camp crowd. Paranoid class believe Barack Obama is set to impose martial law. It's not Barack Obama, you idiots. It's the idiot who actually said he was doing it. Why? He's putting the military along the border. It's not a military issue. These individuals are not invading the United States. But they pose a threat. That's why we're doing it. Yeah, lawyers. They put lawyers on questions like this to figure out a way of doing it to where it complies with the law. And some of them get kind of really, really inventive, and then some of them just say stupid things. Lawyers are not all smart, people, so stop thinking that. You can tell when a lawyer is involved, when a lawyer's figured it out. Oh, and by the way, let me show y'all something. And I'm not talking about these gentlemen here, but do you see him? Do you see him? And do you see him? Okay, these are the images that they're going to put out there, and I'm not saying nothing about those individuals. Those individuals, the information that they're giving, I don't know what information they're giving out. I don't know how they're giving out the information, but the media is going to portray individuals like that as being not the poster child for sanity. Sorry, just the way it is. Because they have to make them seem as if they're crazy, even though they are talking about truth. I'm looking at troops, even though they are telling the truth. Okay, even though what they're saying is 100% accurate, they're going to portray individuals as being crazy. Oh, look at that. Somebody has debunked the FEMA camp myth. Interesting, ain't it? This is PopularMechanics.com. Popular Mechanics editor-in-chief James Meigs recently appeared in Glenn Beck's Fox News program to debunk the conspiracy theories regarding supposed concentration camps being built. Really? We've already seen the concentration camps. That doesn't make any sense. We've already seen them. We've already seen the coffins. So how do they debunk that? How do you debunk the coffins? What are the coffins being used for? If they're being used for anything, how come they're still there? Remember, ever since 2004, they have been doing videos showing you the coffins. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, the coffins are still there. Something is wrong. Or I bet Katrina was a conspiracy theory as well, when the individuals actually reported the very first day that they heard explosions. You can't mistake an explosion. Oh, that wasn't an explosion? What was it? Oh, it was just the sound of the water. Oh, the water was just flowing and it just sounded like oh, okay. All right, well, yeah, I'm sorry. I was wrong when I said I thought I heard two distinct explosions. And it was coming from the area of the levee. No, it was just the water. Yeah, they told me it was the water, so it wasn't an explosion. Yeah, they never showed any videotape or footage, underwater footage of the, the levee to prove that it was, not blown up. But they just said it was just, yeah. So I am not telling you anything. I'm just telling you to look behind the reasons as to why they're doing what they're doing. The military on the border, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We didn't need a military on the southern border last year. We have the so-called Border Patrol. But of course, they have to make the Border Patrol, and they got to take a hit. Got to take one for the team. They got to make them seem like they're undermanned, understaffed. They're the ones who are killing people. Literally. They're shooting these unarmed people trying to cross the border, which are women and children. Now pay attention. These are not killers, murderers, sex offenders, all that stuff. These are women and children that they're shooting, people. Go ahead and take a look at the statistics of the individuals coming across the border. These are individuals trying to escape hardship, trying to come and get that American dream that is so preached and taught and spoken about. But again, it's okay. We need the military to take care of them. So we need the military to patrol against the women and children coming across the border. You guys don't understand. If it is a terrorist thing, if it is a Syrian, if it is an Afghanian, if it is a Pakistani, and they come across the southern border, they're going to be noticed because they don't look like they're Hispanic or Honduran or Salvadorian. They're going to be noticed. And for them to come through those countries, they're going to be noticed. So it's a lot harder for them to come across that border. But we were told, yeah, they were coming across the southern border. They're not coming across the southern border, you morons. They're coming on planes. And how they're coming on planes? Because they're coming on visas. They don't have a problem producing the identification because they can produce the identification to get themselves over here on a temporary visa. We have the temporary visa program. Remember, they claimed all of the so-called, I got to say this, so-called hijackers, which was nothing but a bunch of individuals that they just showed pictures of, never showed any of these individuals in actual real life except one. They only showed one picture of one person. Okay, not gonna work. Okay, not gonna work, not gonna happen. But this is what they teach people. This is what they bring people. This is what they say to people. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Angie Stone in the background, and we got myself saying, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that border thing and him putting military on the border. Why? Because I understood it the moment I heard it. You see, for I knew that the Constitution prohibits the placing of the military on U.S. soil. Remember, the military can never be on U.S. soil. How many times have I been explaining this to you and showing you the actual law where they are to protect against invasion? Okay, that is what the law, their law, not mine, says. So when I heard that the idiot was saying that they were going to put military on the border, then that made a lot of sense, because everybody's forgotten about FEMA and everybody's forgotten about the martial law and don't realize that they're building that wall to keep people in, not to keep people out. They're just making it sound like they're building it to keep people out. They declare martial law. That border is so vast that everybody will be going across the border. Everybody will be escaping New York. What? Why do you think they made movies like Escape from New York and all of that stuff, showing how they boarded in the city and made it into one giant prison? Now, I'm not saying that that's what they're getting ready to make America, but we all know that something like that is coming. I didn't make it up. I'm not making it up. I'm not bringing up a conspiracy. Just go and look at what they're doing. And look, a lot of you are going to have opinions on it. I'm saying it's okay to have your opinion, but support your opinion with some type of fact. So I can support the fact that it's martial law that's coming because they're telling you that they're putting the military along the border, claiming that they're doing it to keep people out. That can't be. And that they're building a wall? Look, we haven't had walls around countries in a long time. Countries don't practice that anymore. The countries that have the biggest issues, for instance, you see Israel, that wall thing hasn't worked with them because they tunnel under it. The drug dealers, which is the United States government, but the drug dealers tunnel under the wall. So do you see how it doesn't make sense for them to build a wall? It's a 3,000-mile border, so they're going to build a 3,000-mile wall. That doesn't make any sense. Well, technically, the wall is not fully 3,000 miles. It's about 1,900 miles long. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of wall. That's a lot of material. And who's paying for that? Not the military. The military is not building the wall, ladies and gentlemen. The military is not building the wall. The United States is spending a lot of money, paying these companies a lot of money to build this wall. A lot of money. Why? Why are they going through all this expense? It's all politics. That's why they put the idiot in office. Can you imagine if Barack Obama had started building this wall, what his justification would have been and how they would have vilified him in the media? Remember, they talked about it before, that Barack Obama, see, conspiracy theorists said Barack Obama. Conspiracy theorists didn't say that. The political system said that. But now that it's actually being done, nobody's calling it a conspiracy anymore, that this idiot is actually building a wall. Okay? They've been planning this for years, and they roll it out in increments, and they distract you. They distract you, they distract you, they distract you, they distract you. And it's all the media, because it's the next news cycle. Next news cycle, next news cycle. They are distracting you. And you're going to have to pay attention. Sorry, gotta go. You guys have a good day. Just thought I'd give my 2 takes, my 3 takes, my 4 takes on this junk that's going on around us. Just hoping that some other people can see. Oh, and by the way, there are some of you who are trying to get in contact with me by any means necessary. Please understand, I had 2 calls yesterday from individuals. One individual actually got a little bit perturbed that I told him I didn't have any time. Well, when do you think you're going to have time? Look here, you ignorant mother... Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a grown man. So the next time I tell some of you or any of you something and you question me on it, I'm just going to simply hang up on you. Okay? I'm tired of this. You don't get to check me. Okay? It ain't going to happen no more. I'm not going to stress myself out over it. I've already suggested If you're going to call me, you need to have a very good reason for doing so, and not your reason. It better be for the reason that I suggested people call me. And if you don't know what that reason is, you better go and watch the videos and find out, because whatever your issue is, I've already covered it on video. I got too many videos out there, over 1,400 videos on YouTube. Too many videos out there for any of you to be calling me, asking me any questions that I've already talked about. And I know I've talked about it. Oh, where are the videos at? Go ask your mama. Okay? You're not going to, please don't come at me with game. Please don't think you're going to be able to play me. I keep telling you, I grew up in Watts with this voice, with this mind, and so many other people beat you to it. Trying to play me, trying to run game on me. They weren't able to do it then. You're not going to be able to do it now. And if you think it's a challenge, if you think that I'm trying to say, go ahead and see if you can try, please understand. I'm doing the best I can to keep my composure. Again, I'm just going to start blocking some of you at every angle. I'm not going to post anything about you on the internet so you can get your own little channel so you can become famous. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that game. I'm just simply going to block you. I'm going to V-chip you or E-chip you, okay? So that you get the point, so that you get the message. But I ain't got time. I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm not here to solve your problems. And those of you who want me to solve your problems, all you are is selfish. Because you think that somehow I'm here to help you. On an individual level, I'm going to say it again. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. Okay? You the one. Well, no, you ain't the one. Okay? You ain't the one. So, with that being said, have a Coke and a smile.